What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Screenheads TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, I'm going to give my predictions for what I think is going to happen on the next episode of American Gods, which is going to be Season 1, Episode 3, titled Head Full of Snow. Now, the way I do predictions for shows, because I don't do spoilers, I don't do spoiler sites, I don't like that stuff. The only things I ever want to know from behind the scenes are maybe casting details. That's it. Alright, so I like to read the synopsis for the episode and then give predictions based on that. And then I'll throw in any predictions I have left over from the actual trailer itself. Okay, so the synopsis for Head Full of Snow reads, Shadow questions his decision to work for Mr. Wednesday after learning of his plan to rob a bank. And Shadow makes a surprising discovery when he returns to his motel room. Now, alright, let's go first. Shadow questions his decision to work for Mr. Wednesday after learning of his plan to rob a bank. So obviously Shadow, being an ex-con, just got out, doesn't want to go back in the clink, right? So that's what's going to make him weary, I think. I don't think it's really going to be too much more than that, than him just not wanting to go back into jail, so not wanting to do this for Mr. Wednesday. So maybe he'll start weighing the options of approaching media or another one of the new gods to maybe side with them, or maybe he's just planning on running away or something. I don't really know, but I'm sure that's going to be a main part of what's going on with Shadow in this episode, is he weighing whether or not he wants to leave or stay. And then we have Shadow makes a surprising discovery when he returns to his motel room. We don't get much from the synopsis on this one, right? So, a surprising discovery. Now, I'm going to go off of the trailer a little bit. And I'm going to say that it's either Mad Sweeney in his motel room, because we see in the trailer, Mad Sweeney's the leprechaun. Wait, I said yesterday I was never going to do that voice again. Sorry. So we see Mad Sweeney the leprechaun all over the trailer, talking about his lucky coin or something like that. So maybe the coin he gave Shadow was his lucky coin. He didn't realize it. I guess, because Shadow says, "Oh, you want the coin? You got to go to my wife's grave." So yeah. So maybe he just didn't realize he gave him the lucky coin. I don't really know what that was about, but whatever. And so Mad Sweeney's obviously going to go to the grave to get the coin. Now, I'm partially thinking that the surprise in Shadow's hotel room isn't Mad Sweeney, and maybe the surprise is his dead wife. Because remember when he threw the coin on the grave and the way they show it kind of sink into the dirt? It seemed like something magical or mystical was going to happen. So I'm wondering if that coin has some sort of powers and it brought his wife back to life or something like that. But yeah, that's where I'm leaning towards one of those two things for the surprise in the room. We know we're getting Mad Sweeney. I just don't know if that's the surprise that they're talking about. But I definitely think that the wife's going to come back. Maybe she'll be like some sort of zombie creature or a ghost, or just come back to life because of that coin. And it's going to be pretty interesting because this is going to be the first time that he's able to confront her about cheating on him and everything. And that should be fun. All right. What else? Oh, okay. So somebody says, I think it's Cloris Leachman's character, but maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else. Says to Shadow, you sold your head to Zernabog. So he obviously loses the checkers game, and instead of Zernabog smashing him in the head right there, I guess somehow he stakes claim over his head. I don't really know what's up with that either, but I'm gonna guess it's something along the lines of, well, since the old gods need you to do whatever they need Shadow to do, I'm going to leave you alive, but remember, that head belongs to me, so eventually you're going to have to pay up. That's what I think it's going to turn out to be. And I'm sure we'll start the episode off right where we left with the checkers game. We'll see that right in the very beginning. And, yep, and then we see Cloris Leachman, like, whispering something to Shadow, so that's probably in the beginning of the episode, too. So what we'll probably get is, we'll get the planning and the talking into of Shadow into, robbing the bank. And then we'll get the Mad Sweeney stuff where it looks like he might be an antagonist. It looks like he's going to be on an antagonistic point of view to a certain degree. I thought he was one of the old gods, so I thought, he was going to be on the Shadow Wednesday team, but maybe it's deeper than that, and maybe it's a lot deeper than just your team, my team type of deal. Yeah, not a lot to go off of on here. Hopefully it'll get easier to predict these as we go. And now, because of the first 2 episodes, we do get scenes of Bilquis. I think that we will get a Bilquis scene here. Where are they going to go? I have no idea. Her scenes don't have very much dialogue, and it's been all about the same thing, about how she's obtaining power and how she still keeps herself relevant and keeps herself being worshipped in today's society. Now, in the casting for it, I'm not really spoiling anything. Media is listed in the casting, so hopefully we get some more media. Maybe that's what his Shadow surprise is back at the motel, is he clicks on the TV and media is there again, and maybe media pops up at a time where he's debating whether or not he can trust Wednesday, and maybe he makes a bad decision. And then we have Easter, played by Kristen Chenoweth, who you'll know. What stands out in my head, she was in other stuff, but what stands out in my head was 4 Christmases. She's the sister, the pregnant sister with the baby, Reese Witherspoon's sister. So, yeah, she's pretty funny. She's playing a character named Easter, so I imagine she's some sort of god, maybe an old god. With the name Easter, I would imagine it's an old god. And then it says Zernabog, we know we'll get him in the beginning. Zora, that's Cloris Leachman. And then we have a character, Mr. Ibis, played by this guy, Denmore Barnes. I have no idea who that is. I didn't read the book, so I don't really know. And then we have another character named Salim. I don't really know who that is. So, maybe those will be new gods or something like that. I don't know. But hopefully we get an opening scene just like the other 2 that give us American history and also introduce us to a new god. That would be awesome. Please hope that happens again. I would love that to happen every single episode, and that be the ongoing thing where your opening scene is always dealing with some sort of American history tied into a lore around the god. I really like that idea a lot, and I like how they've been handling it thus far. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this one. I don't really have anything else to go off of. And Mr. World, we're going to get introduced to, played by Crispin Glover. Oh yes, George McFly himself is going to be playing one of the gods. I don't know which god it is. Mr. World, I believe that's one of the new gods, and I don't know what his deal is. Maybe we'll learn more about him, because I would imagine that maybe we'll even learn about some of the new gods in those opening scenes, which would be really interesting too, to see how they do that. But then again, they may not, because we'll be learning about the new gods as we go, like how we learned about Technical Boy and Media already. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and one other person I want to mention is in Technical Boy is also in this episode, so we'll get to see him again, as strange as he was. But these could just be the series regulars that I'm reading right here, and they may not actually be in the episode. They just may be credited every single episode. I haven't looked into that. So, if Technical Boy and Mr. World don't show up, don't beat me up. That's it. We're definitely getting Mad Sweeney, though, so that should be interesting, because he was a fun character in the first episode, and I really like the way Pablo Schreiber is playing him, so I can't wait to see where that goes. Look, I apologize about my first 2 reviews on this show. When I'm really, really hyped about something, my mind goes crazy. It goes all over the place, and I think it races 1,000 miles a minute, and sometimes I can't put my thoughts together coherently, even when I write them down, and I just go. And I feel like that's what's been happening with the American God so far. Is I've just been going and not really thinking and getting the reviews the way I want them. I was like that with The Walking Dead when that first came out. I talked about that. I would go a mile a minute and my head would be all over the place. My theories would be all over. So hopefully I'm able to level out soon. I feel like I was a little less sporadic here on this prediction than I was on the previous 2 reviews. So we'll see how it goes this week. Thank you so much for watching. Sound off down below. Let me know what you think about my predictions for this week. I know they're not really predictions or big or anything big. But like I said, as we get a sense of the show and how they handle things, I'm sure it'll get a little easier to predict what's going to happen. Let me know what some of your predictions are down there. What are some of your ideas on things you would like to see or things that you think we're going to see on Sunday? That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you like the video. It helps out the channel a great deal, and it also helps YouTube understand that, you guys like me beyond just watching. Because when you just view, they go, oh, okay, that guy just watched the video. Great. But when you like and you share and you subscribe, YouTube goes, oh, not only did they watch it, but they really liked it because they clicked the thumbs up and they shared it and they subscribed to the channel, etc., etc. So help me out, help the channel out. Like, share, subscribe if you like the content. Look out on my channel. There's tons of other content. We deal with movies here, TV shows. I'm learning. I'm growing. I feel like I'm getting better with every video. If you go back and watch some of my older videos, I think you'll see that that's evident that I have come, maybe not a long way, but a little bit of a way in the short time I've been doing this. All right, thanks again. I'm going to shut up now. You guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Always appreciate it. That's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Still haven't perfected those endings yet, though. Take it easy. Have a good one.